Beep, 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 beep. All right. Gwilliam, I'm going to need you to make a check. I'm just looking at what kind of check it would be.
What do I want to do again? Oh, right.
You want to see if there's any jobs
that are going to this region.
That are going. And I'm trying to work out what kind of role that would be.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
Streetwise, maybe?
Streetwise is honestly the best bet. It could be like a Streetwise or maybe like a law. And the law doesn't even really work.
I would take Streetwise.
I think Streetwise will do. I will set the difficulty.
Let me know when you're
It is ready.
Streetwise. That is a massive success.
Oh! You're gonna take a strain.
Okay. Oh my god!
I'll take that strain back.
Exactly. We're playing ping pong over here with the strain. You take the job, and immediately the first one up is moving a whole bunch of Imperial laundry from one area of the city to the other. You know, that's
How much
perfect.
does it pay? How much does it pay?
Well, the job, I mean, it probably is going to only end up paying like 150 credits.
Fine.
Because it's
interplanetary.
It's interplanetary. You know, you're gonna, you know, you're basically just gonna be pushing it. You're just gonna be pushing it on little grav skiffs. You know, you can borrow one from the station because you're part of the guild now, and
yeah, cool. Great, perfect. So we're gonna go do a pickup first before the relay, presumably, and then go.
Now you do. Real quick, check something, because this is not the Empire's first rodeo. People hide in laundry all the time, so there is actually an organic life scanner on the side of the laundry tubs that will need to be disabled and spoofed, but that's fine. Surely one of you could do that when you get over to the
I mean, I can try and do
laundromat.
that.
So, you're taking everyone, aside from R5.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
We still need to give him a new paint job.
You uniform up?
Yes, absolutely.
You borrow a couple of big, two heavy-duty gravity trailers, essentially, that you're just gonna have to push through the streets. You know, if you had a speeder, like a land speeder, you could go through, but you don't mind. This will honestly just make it look like you're a more hardworking individual. And you go through Chasen City on Commodore to get to this point. You know, it's a bit of a time. You know, the city is it's busy. It's a big city, especially because you're starting to take the under routes. You know, it's not got an underworld like Corellia or Coruscant, but you know, it's still a little bit of a more shady area where you gotta go and open up little cargo areas with your membership and stuff to go through and all this sort of thing. You get to the laundromat where you go, look, I'm here to pick up the laundry, and two big, like, you know, like the industrial dumpsters you get in front of some places. They're two big things like that you load up, you squish them on up on there. Of course, the gravity trailers will take all of the weight. It's just a case of pushing them. But I imagine you go sort of round a corner to a dark place where you're going to want to spoof one of these. Now, these are actually so big, you could put Voker in one as well if you so wished. Just an option. That would depend, because unless you want to cram both of them into one container. Why don't you try and...
I could always... We've seen people, like, officers hire aliens as enforcers.
As muscle, yeah, but you're carrying a big gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I could hide my gun, because they're scanning for organics. I could hide my gun in there.
You just hide your gun in there.
You can hide your gun in there. You're not wrong. Yeah,
excellent. Yes. So you do that. I'm going to need a skullduggery check from someone to spoof this mechanism. It's not super complicated. Actually, is there a separate slice roll? I don't think there is. I think it's skullduggery is slicing.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
It's
You know
either
what I also
skullduggery
could
or
do?
mechanics, depending on the situation, I think.
I
So
mean,
this is like one of those floating cart
Yeah.
things that we're pushing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the
big
question
heavy
is-
duty one.
I could attach my Goliath thing to the handle of that, so it looks like that's what I'm using to help
Yeah.
me push it.
Yeah.
That way, I don't have to
Yeah.
take that off, so I can have that ready just
Very
to.
reasonable.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
to anyone else, these kind of things are used by freight people.
So, question for you: in this case, would it be skullduggery or would it be mechanics?
Skullduggery.
Okay, then I'll do the roll in that case. If that's all right. Is it okay with you, Gratz?
oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. And is it set up?
Go nuts. Go nuts on butts.
Yeah, excellent. More than perfect. Now the question is, what do you want to do with those as you set this up? This is more than perfect for hiding this guy. But you have a lot of things that you can do with that. You
Yeah,
know,
what
you have
can
a
I
lot
do
of
with
things. So let
What can I do
me.
with that?
You can also get the table up in the book for the
that's
basic
what I'm-
ones. But there is literally a section here for examples for skullduggery. Not useful. Earn an unexpected boon.
Cool.
Wow.
Very helpful.
Wow! Now you know what that actually is. You know what you could do? Upgrade your deception check to get through the. What's it? Because
Yeah.
the triumph usually
Yeah.
upgrades or downgrades something.
Yeah.
So
let's
you
do
could
that.
either upgrade your check to get through, or downgrade the opponent's check to check
let's
out
do
your
that.
information. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you put Gratz in the Imperial Laundry. Gratz, it smells great. Oh, and it's warm. This is nice.
I just fall asleep for a minute.
Relax. And head towards the Imperial Comms Relay. The Imperial Comms Relay, as you get closer to it, is basically like a big oil rig on top of this already quite tall building with a big selection of dishes on top. Multiple of them. It's clearly a newer construction. You have to take like a kind of industrial turbo lift up, and but no one pays you guys any mind because you look like you blend right on in. One moment, and as the turbo lift to a stop at the Imperial Comms Relay, and it opens. It started to rain. A dirty, grimy rain when you're up there. But there's lots of little pinpot lights that kind of make the walkways look nice and slick. And there is, of course, a little guard station right there with... this actually does have a single stormtrooper. And the rest of the officers here are... I believe Navy officer is the right term. The ones that are wearing uniforms, caps, and or open-faced helmets. This guy is sort of checking with the terminal, that sort of thing, and being like, yep, that would be the laundry order. And motions over for you to bring your ID and let us scan that real quick while you go through. And I'm gonna need a deception upgraded once.
Okay.
Is the stormtrooper coming over to us?
The
specifically?
stormtrooper is standing
Okay.
a little further away. He's bored. He's leaning on a railing, and this is open face. Like a lot of the interior of the building, but you're right now. You're in the rain, in the open. He's just leaning on the railing, just.
Yeah.
So he does look at you. Like you could tell the stormtrooper was looking at the alien.
Okay.
I am going to
Okay.
flip a dark side point to increase the difficulty of this check.
Yeah.
So it's upgraded once.
Uh-huh.
Which
You do it on
I
your
that.
side. Yeah.
Okay. Upgrade. Okay. And then deception.
That
Three
is
success.
3 success. Lovely. There is like a moment like you hand this over. You see Voka. Voka is staring at the stormtrooper. The stormtrooper is staring at Voka. You kind of like, look over. You give the Imperial a smile. Like, yep. I mean that checks through. Just go on right through there. I'll open the door for you here.
Perfect.
And
this is my first job with the commerce, so which way to the laundry facility inside here?
oh, you're gonna have to go in through that way, and then you want to take a left, and then if you plug these into the devices, and they get sent through to the garrisons.
Excellent. That's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your help and effort. And,
Yeah. Just go on through. Cool.
It's one of the times where having the whole face masks and eyes covered probably helped with my staring at the
Yeah, as you
stormtrooper.
guys walk and like you push the skiffs, you do hear the conversation like, have you seen that thing that they're bringing in there? Clearly talking about Voka. And then the door closes behind you and you're inside the Imperial facility. This is the lower levels where there's a lot of mechanic things, and it is essentially their workshops. A lot of things for repairing weapons and audio equipment and stuff like that. What's the plan?
Going to nudge Carrie and just say, so any ideas how to get the information as to where we're going?
Any droid operating in this facility will have a map of the facility built inside of it.
Excellent. You see any droids?
In here? No. But there's likely to be something somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Find one. We'll continue on, obviously, but if you see one, let's make sure we do so subtly and get that information. Can you do that, Carrie?
She will give a clunky nod.
Excellent. Voka, be vigilant.
Will do.
Let's go.
This is one of those facilities where there's the speakers going through and it's like, can T9 365 come to the regulation office and things like that. And of course, a sturdy worker is a productive worker and things like that beaming through as well. It's
Good. Yeah. Propaganda.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can see it's the Empire.
Yeah, of course. I am just going to be keeping an eye out to see if we are running into a lot of people, or like what the frequency of individuals, whether that's service workers or guards, seems to be.
Yes. So the people around they're usually in pairs of the Imperial Navy service individuals. You don't see any other stormtroopers around in the
Train yard?
Train yard in the relay, but they're usually in pairs if they're guarding something or having a conversation. There are of course a lot of side rooms and things where there might be more, and you take care not to go near any sort of what's the word, bunks or anything like that, because that would of course be very dangerous. Are you going to go to deliver this laundry to the bay where they suggest?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, we are. And very purposefully so, going there directly. As much as
You
possible.
go there directly. There is someone there. They've got their helmet taken off, and they kind of do mildly look like they kind of are startled when they see it's just like a comment like, yeah, okay, plug those into the big scary vents. Plug them into those there, and they'll send the laundry throughout the facility. There, at the same time, a mouse droid scurries under the devices and carries like follows in with her head.
That droid shouldn't be under that device. That's dangerous for the grav lift on it.
It's a mouse droid. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, it's my first. I'm a little nervous because if this goes down, then it's always a concern. These are grav lift property of the Commerce Guild, so I don't want to just mess them up. Sorry. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. If you could just unload these into the proper facilities. Can I just talk to you just for a moment? I'm really just I have some questions. This is
Yep.
such an interesting place. I've never been here.
You're
before.
gonna like take him, like
Take him
turn
aside.
him around,
Yeah.
take him aside.
Yeah,
Excellent.
take him aside and turn him around and just.
Please
like,
give me a
have
deception roll.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
flip.
versus.
I'm gonna flip a light side point for this one. I think if everyone else is okay with it. for this.
Please do.
that
I'm
all
gonna
right
put
with-
it as easy, but it is going to be
with
Yeah, go
contested.
for it.
It's gonna be against the easy, but it's gonna be. He's gonna do a contested.
So I'm gonna for that. Can I can do an upgrade on this?
Yo, absolutely, yeah.
Cool.
It's just as if he's gonna notice what's happening. I just need to get his little stat block up. So feel free to roll. I'll just take a split second to
Okay.
roll mine.
Success with 2 advantage.
2 advantages is really good. You can actually give him a black dice on this, like old grass.
Exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
I just have to get to the adversary list and go down to Imperials, which are not the first ones. Customs inspectors are their own stat block, by the way.
That's amazing.
Just so you know.
Good to know. Good to know.
It makes sense, honestly.
Imperial
It's something that would come up
naval
so often.
trooper. They have a perception point. So,
Is it?
but this is
perception
vigilance,
or is it cool?
not perception.
Vigilance. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's vigilance to see because you're
Yeah.
distracting them. So
I think that's very reasonable.
that is just a
Okay.
nice flat 2 against a 1 with a black. There's no way they're gonna beat you.
They do.
Oh my god.
You start when you start sort of asking questions like, yeah, well, you know, I've not been here for very long. There's honestly not much action that kind of happens here. We just get information from other parts of the fleet. What is your droid doing? And he turns around and Carrie is like under the skiff, reaching for the mouse droid that is
Oh,
like
I think-
beep, 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 like zipping
Thank
away,
you.
and Carrie's like,
Carrie, I know I said it's not. Look, sorry, Carrie. We don't need to get the mouse droid out from under. They said it was all right. That's just me over worrying. That's entirely my fault. I apologize. I'm so sorry. She takes directions so seriously.
Carrie makes an attack with the ion pike and jams it under, but it doesn't hit.
Carrie, please
Just
stop.
wiggles it around down there.
I'm sorry. She gets carried away. That was unintentional.
That is not a regulation droid. What kind of droid is that?
That's a good question.
You're gonna have to report that to the entry officer. You have to, you know, if that's not an imperially authorized droid, then that's not okay.
I'll make sure.
to let that
Could
in.
you give me a little bit more information on what that means? Because as I said, I'm brand new at this.
I'm gonna need another deception on that one.
Uh-huh. Let me know when you're set for it.
Oh yes, I have to do that. Yep. Go ahead.
Hey?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
getting
So,
stressed.
you know, we have Imperial droids. If you need an assistance, we have a few Imperial droids, that sort of thing. I mean, you could plug an R2 unit into one of these skiffs, and it'd be much more useful than having one of this long leg thing lumbering around. At this point, Carrie has stood up and has not captured the mouse droid, which scurries away out of the room and, like, the door closes.
Do you have an R2 unit? Like, just as an example for me, do you have one you could bring over here just so I could see in terms of?
Yeah, we
schematics
have
and in
one
terms
that
of how they
operates
run it?
some of the communications machines.
Oh, very interesting. Would you, if possible, just as would you be able to get a droid down? Obviously, we still have to do this unload, but would you be able to go and get this droid down here so I could take a look and see what kind of droid this is? I'm familiar with the R2.
It's best if you stay here. I'll do that. And
that
he
would
like
be great. Thank you.
presses a few things on the door as he opens, steps out. The door closes, and you see like a little lock thing locking you here in the
Yeah,
laundry room.
Like that's pretty normal security in terms of not leaving someone alone in a facility. In
Yeah.
theory. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, can I make a check to see if he did that because he thinks that we're villainous at this point in time?
Yeah, that'd be a cool check, I suppose.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh,
It's not that you're villainous, it's suspicion. You know, you're acting weird. This guy doesn't, needs to go get his superiors.
So he is getting his superiors. Oh no.
That's my suspicion.
So I'm going to pull the gun out of the thing and reattach it to the
We're gonna get Gratz out of there,
Goliath.
and let's.
You open up the container to a nice steam.
Yeah.
Leaving the laundry
I'm
box.
asleep when you open up the.
I'm gonna use that advantage to remove some strain. By the way.
What's going on?
I think he's going to get his supervisor.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mucked it up already.
What I would suggest is let's check for any areas where you could sneak out of here and maybe get into the walls. And we should see about distributing this stuff, doing our job while we're in here, because we may as well.
May as well. Can I roll a perception check to try to find a way to get into the walls? As is my one established character trait.
I think more of a skullduggery in this situation, but yes, give me und moment, and that's set up. Nothing.
Oh my god.
You're looking around, and all this Imperial stuff looks the same, and weird aesthetic light choices, and
Let's get these loaded through, and then we can get you to climb into this vent after we send those up.
Yeah, I'll just get sucked
could
up
also-
with the clothes.
you could just send him up with the laundry.
Do you want to?
Yeah, but where am I going?
Don't know yet. Here.
I have failed to acquire a map of a facility.
Take this communicator.
Thanks, Carrie. I'll take the communicator.
Nope. No. Take my communicator.
No,
My
I'll
small-
take you. I'm taking your communicator and saying thanks, Carrie, for blowing it.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Anyways, take this communicator, and we will contact you as soon as we.
What
have
do I
information.
do with this?
Good question. Do you have any where that you can hide that?
Look around the room.
You could give me a stealth check to try and hide that somewhere. It is a big
Ooh,
bulky
okay.
gun, so it is going to be versus
Hold
a
on.
blank.
We do need to move these crates back with us.
Yeah.
When we
Oh, is there any like compartment on like in the crate?
Oh,
that I
so
put it
you
back
could put the
in the
laundry
crate.
up and then put it back in. Yes, that's
put
the
it back
idea.
in
Yeah.
the crate. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to
No,
plug the laundries in with Gratz in the
That's
tub?
ready to go.
Yeah, I'll just throw a sheet over myself like I'm a ghost and then jump in with the laundry, I guess.
Carrie looks at this and like presses the button to load them up, and I have a bad feeling about this. Because I
have
had
a
to
very good
before any of you did.
Shit!
For the record, I have a very good feeling about this.
Right
you press a
before
button
I go up, I
and-
just go, wait, I've always wanted to tell you.
And then there's
I
a
get-
swoosh.
Is it quiet? Oh, peace and quiet.
I can hear my thoughts again.
Oh my God. All right.
Gratz Kudan.
150 credits. Let's leave and go.
I am going to need you to make for me a resilience check versus a. Yeah, you are going up. You're going up to shoot, my dude.
How do I do a resilience?
You
check?
just click the
Is it a
resilience
skill?
button. Yeah, it is a
Is it
skill.
a
I have set the
skill?
difficulty.
Oh man, I'm bad at that.
Oh yeah, you are. That's excellent because that is entirely fitting. You are gonna take instead of taking damage, you're gonna take 3 strain as you are knocked into the pipes and all, and some of the laundry is getting shot out to other parts of the facility. Eventually, you are tumbled into somebody's bunk in their clothes, like a little dude in a big shirt.
I'll
There's
just
no
grab
one
the
in there.
communicator and say, I'm in.
Little dizzy. Ooh, so now I have the old. You've split the party.
Classic.
You guys are just waiting. What do you guys want to do while you're waiting?
I'm mostly going to just, make sure that our setup looks like we've just completed our job and we're getting ready to leave more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing special? Okay. Gratz, you are inside a little Imperial bunk.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little chamber with a little bed inset into the wall and a little sink. And
First
vac
thing I'm
tube.
gonna try to do is find some type of like layout. Like you know how you see like the fire escape plan? It's like you are here.
Yeah.
It's like an arrows. I'm gonna try to figure out A, where I am, and B, where I might be trying to get to.
That is an excellent idea. I just need to.
You think Imperials worry about fire safety?
Actually, they totally
They
would.
would, honestly.
They are
Yeah,
all
like,
about
the
that
most-
kind of thing.
They're the most government body thing
Actually, you're
ever.
right. Yeah.
As a
It's
government
a
employee.
perception. It's a perception to look around here and the other areas. It is not against a 3 difficulty. You are clear.
They worry about it in the human sectors.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Roll away. Make it so.
Very nice.
Ooh.
You scurry around and quickly you find in one of the drawers a nice laminate map of the facility and the archive room is of course at the top, right under the dishes. You can see all the way down there in a maintenance floor where they are, and you are kind of in the middle. Of course, there's more greebling on the way. You're gonna have to make it through a couple of floors of enemy troopers. But of course, there's also a turbo lift, so you could take the stairs, which will take more time, or you could risk the turbo lift. But of course, there might be someone in there
I feel
and
like
more
the stairs
guarded.
is going to
and
be
that.
better because if someone comes along, I'll have more opportunity to hide.
Mhm. I would like for you to make me a. It's a skullduggery. You're sneaking around. You're not necessarily hiding, but you're trying to get around this place as quickly and as quietly as
All right.
possible. You are not
I would
human,
like to-
so you do not blend in at all. So there is going to
I
be.
would
a
like
black
to
die
roll
on
that
there.
advantage over.
You can roll that advantage over. Yep. I'll add that for you.
Perfect. All right. Let's see.
Hold on. Before you roll, is this somewhere we want to use a light side point?
Actually, yeah, that's a really
You can't
good-
take them with you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Use it, yeah.
And upgrade your own.
Yeah, click upgrade on your sheet.
Good
side.
idea. I always forget that that's an option. All right. Skullduggery. I'm rolling it.
Have you clicked upgrade?
Yep.
Yep.
Did you click upgrade?
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So you have a map. Lovely. How the hell you read this map? It's gibberish. You're going around and you don't get seen by anyone. You like scurry around, jumping from one side of the corridor to another, zip up the stairs. No, this must be the wrong set of stairs. That sort of stairs go down. This set of stairs goes up. You have no clue where you're going. No clue at all. You are getting yourselves sort of used to the facility, but you don't get yourselves up to the area you need to go, nor do you get yourself into any sort of trouble. While that's happening, that guy is going to reopen the door again. There is an Imperial R2 unit, nice and black and sleek and glossy, and
That's what an R2 looks like. Okay.
you can maybe pick one of these up from the commerce job, but honest, look, Jake, just get out of here, okay? We don't have just go, get out.
Absolutely.
Don't bring the droid next time.
Noted. Question for you, before we go. I'm taking these back out. I am horrible with directions. Which way do we go again? And can you point me there? Just because I'm a very visual learner.
It's that door behind you, the one you went in through.
That one, and then where do we go?
You're
from?
just straight. It's a straight line.
Straight. I could have sworn they gave me a left or a right direction
Well,
earlier.
you turned left in here, so you're gonna just take that door and out. And
Are you sure?
yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Are you,
Well,
are you
I'm
doing
telling
a
you.
symbol on your? Are you doing the symbol on your back or anything?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're doing that,
And I'm
I'm
just
grabbing.
gonna say I'm gonna usher him back in for a moment. Sorry, can you like are they back in the room at this point?
They are standing in the door and they are not coming any closer.
Okay, like my hands are up and just like this. Just like sorry, if I go like this and then this, but that leads to
So what? He's standing in the door.
Mhm.
If you can, you go like on like. So you asking for directions. So you get him to like point and look out the door, pointing out the door. That's when I grab.
that's the goal, yeah.
Yeah. So he's.
Oh,
looking
I
up
get
to
it.
them.
Yeah, you're trying to make him turn around.
Yes, thank you.
Give me a
Yes.
deception check.
Thank you. Yes.
Jesus.
Trying to get him to
Let me
turn around
know,
and point.
let me know
basically.
what you said.
Yep, I have said it.
Perfect.
Success.
The
he
second
does.
that
He
he's, like,
turns around.
Yeah, the second he's turned around and I see the signal from Jack, I'm gonna grab the pike from Carrie, like just grab and zap.
Okay.
And I'm
So-
so my
melee.
stun setting on my blaster.
Yeah, I would just use that as a melee roll. It is going to. Let me just real quick check if it has anything else on there, because there's some other stuff as well as ion.
You know what? Can I use
It's
a light
in-
side for this?
You can.
Please
It
do.
is inaccurate. Now let me check real quick what inaccurate means. Real quick. Luckily, this is actually quite easy to find in the book. Open characteristics. Inaccurate adds a black die equal to the inaccurate reading. It is a melee check, so it should be 2 difficulty if I remember correctly.
Should be.
So let me set that up.
Yep, and I added an upgrade with a light side point.
You did.
Tell me when I'm ready to roll.
You are ready, my dude.
Okay.
Oh, hey! That is, you know what? That is actually perfect. What is your brawn?
Okay, my brawn is 2.
Okay, so it's actually gonna do damage equal to your brawn because it's an ion spike. It affects droids. Real quick, just need to get this guy's stat block back up because I don't have enough pages in the world.
Okay, so it's not like a stun though, because
No, it is explicitly an
strain
ion
damage, doesn't
pike. Yeah, exactly. It's not
Yeah.
a stun baton. It explicitly only damages droids, but of course it's a big sharp thing, right? So I'm gonna have it do some extra damage.
The goal for me here is to cover
I don't
his
have a
mouth.
stun
I'm
weapon. This is
guessing-
better than shooting him.
I'm guessing that grabbing over his mouth is not going to do much in this moment.
No, but this is actually really excellent.
Well, no,
So
when you get tasered, you don't yell. You
yeah,
can't
it is
control your muscles
literally
to do that.
you grab the thing off Carrie and it's like, hey, like she turns kind of involuntary. It's like stapled to her, like gravity clamped itself. So you take that, grab it, just jam him with the sharp end, and it zaps. There's like kind of like as he seizes up from the electricity. He is gonna take some damage from it. You are gonna take 3 strain as the whole thing surges with ion. He's gonna take 3 strain. He's not down. But if perhaps Mr. Jack wants to give him a punch,
I was actually going to just stun him with my
pistol to the belly.
Pistol to the belly stun setting.
Let me check because there are explicit rules for that. Range attack.
It's like an engaged.
It's easy. It's
Yeah.
actually no problem at all because he's got a pistol. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I have
easy
problems with engaged because I have a gigantic weapon that's unwieldy as
You're
fuck.
good.
Do I need to...
I am going to actually upgrade the difficulty.
Yeah.
Dark side point. But you are ready to do so.
So, I don't need to do any upgrade of difficulty on my end?
You just
got it.
shoot with a pistol.
To advantage.
To advantage. What the fuck? What happened?
Wait, where's the difficulty? There was no difficulty.
It is a
that's
difficulty.
good
It's a red dice difficulty.
point. Oh, that's the red die.
No, I thought that no,
It's
that's the upgraded difficulty, not. But he had nothing opposing his shot.
That's the red die. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the one.
Oh,
One
does it-
black
it's a
became
purple
one
that-
red because I upgraded
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought it just added the dice. I didn't really realize.
No,
actually
it upgrades
further
the
dice.
it upgrades the size of the dice.
Perform an
Uh,
immediate free maneuver that does not exceed 2 maneuver per turn limit.
That would be what you want to do.
Yeah. and I
When
don't
you
know
basically
what
go
that
for him and he with the pistol to the belly and he manages to kind of like like while he's choking slap the pistol like just so you
Yeah.
can't get a shot off.
Yeah.
Properly.
I guess like in terms of maneuver, like,
you
what-
could punch
what
him.
can I-
You could try and shoot him again.
I'm gonna try and shoot him again.
One moment. No downgrade on this one, so you're good.
Okay. All right. He might be stunned. Just to be clear.
It didn't downgrade, but that's fine. You're rocking it.
Oh my.
You finally get him. You managed to just shoot him. The blue blast of the stun beam hits him. It's just like collapses onto the ground.
Yeah, actually.
Oh yes, you're gonna wanna. The droid's like turns around and just starts trying to turn.
Can I hit the droid with the iron pike? The
Yes,
ion
you
pike?
can. Please make an attack. with that.
Okay. tell me when all the things are
I
set
have
up
set it
and I'll
up.
hit.
Yep.
That was really good.
It is.
And we pull them in.
And you pull them inside.
Close the door.
You close the door. Yeah, it should have had a black dice, but it did how it do. Who cares? You do so, and Carrie is gonna start stripping the informational data from the inside of the astromech.
And I hand Carrie back the pike and just. I dislike that thing. It's all his hands like all jittery from being shot.
Just here on the comm. What's going on down there?
It's handled.
Okay, that wasn't ominous at all.
We're gonna have some information for you shortly. Just
Great.
stay safe, stay hidden.
I'm always safe.
You know what? Can we put them inside the laundry things? And put him in the one that's like it's already smooth for organic, like hiding organics.
Yep, that's pretty funny. Carrie's gonna make a computers check. Yep, I have the map of the facility. Sending through now, and we'll literally be giving you directions, Gratz, of where to go. You can put those two in the bucket. Are you gonna join? Try to join Gratz on the way up there.
Ooh. No, I don't think we need to.
You're gonna
I think
just
we
let
just
you-
direct him from the ground. Like,
Direct
I
him
think
from
we
the
direct him
ground?
to. How agile is Gratz?
I'm very agile.
Okay.
I
then in that
realized
case-
earlier in this session that I accidentally rolled a rogue.
Yeah.
I'm just very agile and very smart and not much else.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
B for when something happens to him.
So the suggestion is it is raining as shit out there, so we don't necessarily want him climbing down the outside of the building, but we can have him climb it through the walls.
Yes! If you want to go and climb through the walls, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah.
If you want to try and do that, Mr. Gratz.
Yeah.
I like the idea that like someone comes as like, where's this guy? We're still waiting
That's
for him to get back.
excellent. That would be
Yeah.
an engineering check. You actually can have a blue dice carried over to you from Carrie.
Very nice.
Yes.
So it's a difficulty 2 engineering check, Gratz.
Gearing. I did not see that skill.
Mechanics.
That's the one.
It's all the fucking same, innit?
Same thing. Yeah.
Good enough! We'll take it. Excellent. Excellent.
Good. Let the strain flow through you.
Oh, hold on. I might
It
have
may not
something
be
more
strange,
fun.
but I just really wanted to say that.
Yep.
Oh, this is perfect. So, you find a nice maintenance hatch, and through the suggestion of carrying, you're like, oh boy, and dive on in, and swim through the junk all the way up to the top of the facility, where you can see through a little vent, and your eyes like hurt looking through. For some reason or another, the archive room, which receives information and stores it, is bathed in a particular wavelength of light that is very garish to your eyes. It wouldn't be to the humans working on here, but you find it really hard to look and just like concentrate in this room.
Put your
I
goggles.
put my goggles on. Does that make any difference?
Smear a little grease on them.
Not really. It like you would, and it helps a bit, but it's still going to be giving you black dice in this room.
Right.
Now, but you can look in through the vent because you had this lovely scenario. So you can look down. There are two of these officers in the room. Outside of the room is a big black armored security droid. Luckily, you aren't planning on taking the doors. You can see that there's a big terminal, lots of view screens, and they've got like the kind of wavelengths of things being received, and they're patching things through, and you actually get there and you hear them having a communication. It's like, information from Officer Darlow at Grey Market. They have completely taken control of the facility. We'll be patching that through to Coruscant. And that's what you hear when you join up. There's also, of course, big old tape vault, essentially, of all the tapes organized, assumedly in some sort of organization setting. More organized than anything in the ship, anyway. How are you going to go about this?
The first thing I want to do is just take a look around and try to see what my best route to getting where I need to be to access this information is going to be.
You're just going to need to be dropping into the room. If you are quiet and quick enough, you might be able to do it without getting seen. Because these two are both in the terminals, whereas like the archiving is like off over this way. They do appear to be copying this recent transmission onto a tape to put it in the archive, but they're not doing that right now. You know, that's downloading.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much my only option. Is to just try to
it's gonna
quickly
be
and quietly get in there.
It's gonna be a stealth. I give you a black dice. It's gonna be against their
I'm gonna
perception.
use a light side point here
Okay, excellent.
because yikes.
That's fair. Yeah, at this point, you kind of need it.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's beautiful.
2 success, 2 advantage. I assume you want to throw that black dice on this guy's perception check.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna flip a dark side point. Cause you know I gotta do it to him. Can't take him with me.
True that.
Oh shit!
Wow, spicy! You drop down. You rustle over. You get to the little archive vault. You look around and you see it. You're like you kind of like twiddle with the settings on your goggles and you see an archive tape that has Oronta Regal written upon it. And you like stash it in your big puffy jacket. All the boxes, and then you see these two, and like, there's a little alert that goes off of one of the screens. It's like, what is that? Yeah, there's apparently the droid outside is noticing a disturbance in here, and open the door, and the kind of hunched-shouldered, almost skeletal security droid like steps in and looks around with little beady eyes, like. There is an alien presence inside this chamber.
Well, my only true option here is, because this thing's gonna find me in a minute, is to basically just book it back into the fucking...
Into the vents?
Into the vents from whence I came. And, like, if I have the opportunity to kind of move between columns while it's like looking one way.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Try to, but
you would be doing it in the best situation for you. So this would be a coordination or athletics roll. I am gonna give
always
you.
gonna be coordination for me. I'm gonna flip that light side point.
You're gonna flip that light side point? I'm gonna flip a dark side point.
I will note that you can only do one on a check. So if they flip a light side, you cannot flip it.
Oh, even the GM.
Correct.
That's harshing my buzz, dude. That's
so
okay.
you should
Flip
send
another
that
light
back
side,
over.
send it back.
Yeah, send it back.
And you're good. I have it set up for you.
So make
I
sure
remember specifically using a light side once just to stop a dark side point.
Again,
from
there's a lot of homebrew.
So
that,
do I
have
still
slipped
do
in.
the upgrade then?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Downgrade again.
you should
good.
click the use a light side again though, just to make sure it comes.
just to
back.
balance.
Oh, that's what you meant by flip it back. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's see what happens.
That's success. That's success.
Yeah, but the frickin' droid's gonna have a chance to catch you.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just need to get to the security droid.
Now, I believe, as much as I don't want to say it, I believe on his roll you could use the dark side point.
Oh,
what
absolutely.
For what it's worth, my silhouette is 0.
That's
Its silhouette is still 1, sadly. It only counts when it's double.
Yeah.
It's like, it's tall, but you need to get really big to upgrade silhouette.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to use a dark side point. Why wouldn't I? It has 2 brawn, so it's just going to be a... It has really good different stat that wouldn't matter here, because it's just going to be kind of grabbing for you as you go for the vent. Upgrade once, roll it. Oh!
Yes!
It is not quite enough. You dash through the thing, knocking tapes everywhere. Dash around the thing when it's looking another way, and like, there it is! Like, slams into one of the walls. You dive into the vent, making the side kind of like flap behind you, and are gonna start tumbling out of the facility. But actually getting out of the facility, I think, is going to wait until next week. As you guys down below, you hear the familiar alert klaxons. Thank you. Thank you, Tesh. Okay!
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
A problem for next
Pull out
time.
the gun?
Yeah.
A problem for next time. But before we get to next time, why don't we talk a little bit about each other and what we do, starting with Gratz Kudan.
C'est moi. What up? That's me. When I'm not playing a 3-foot-tall bat boy, I have a YouTube channel, which you can find me on YouTube under Dungeon Dad. It's more D&D themed than Star Wars, but hey, you want to put a freaking...
You're not gonna make a stat block for a
your
Minor?
Star Wars? Yeah, maybe I should do that. I'll make a stat block for a Greedo. Anyways, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's all about D&D and whatnot. You can find me on YouTube. That's great. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. But hey.
Next is Tesh.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Tesh Tube. You can find me under that name on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter for cute animal gifts, and you should follow me on Twitch if you like Monster Hunter or Warframe or Destiny or any of those sorts of RPG looter game things. I play a lot of those, so yeah, you should follow me there.
William.
Yeah. Hi, Will and Graham. Clear. Twitch. Gonna be streaming a little bit more for the King at some point in the very near future. Had a good stream for that the other day. It's a ton of fun. Basically, just 3-player D&D in like a weird little goofy setting. It's all right. I don't know. I have fun with it. It's a very chill game. Good for conversation, that kind of thing. but I'm also going to be starting to play another RPG at some point. Finished up playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order recently, and it was really good. So that's neat. Highly recommend that game.
It's the reason why we're playing this game.
Pretty much, yeah.
It wasn't episode 9 that got us playing this. It was Jedi Fallen Order.
It was Jedi Fallen Order and watching The Mandalorian a little bit.
A little bit of Mando.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have other cool stuff coming up over the next little while. We're going to be getting some announcements probably pretty soon, actually. We're just waiting on a couple of things.
We've been saying that for half a year.
Yeah.
It's been 84 years.
I'm actually, with Josiah and Ollie's permission here, I'm going to do a small teaser for something.
No one's here, so go ahead.
Great. Something we've been working on is going to involve a little something like this. And I'm not going to get into details about this at this point in time, but that's just a little something there for you. We've been working on something.
Little dude, little man.
Little dude.
Dude, is that a small Barbie?
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be announcing something to do with that.
D&D Barbies.
Yeah, D&D Barbies.
Finally collect your rogue, your range, your bard.
I mean, every time I play a barbarian, I play a Barbie.
Yeah.
Barb the Aryan.
I like calling them barbars.
Yeah, barbarians. And yeah, so we've got some cool stuff coming up, and I do think we're actually going to have probably a proper announcement in the next month or so.
It's gotta happen one day.
No, I
why not a
think
recent day?
In the next month or so, there will be a proper announcement. I'm actually just waiting on some confirmation of a couple other things before we move forward with that, but it's all very exciting. Speaking of exciting, Ollie.
I'm exciting. Yes! Not only is this game exciting, there's also another game, if you didn't know, on Wednesdays. That is D&D, set in Yavaskir. They're currently exploring like a modular ruins, which is super neat. One thing at a time. You can also follow my Twitter for a bunch of art. You can follow me on Patreon for all kinds of homebrew. I recently just finished my Harlequin class, which is a D&D class based around being a fucking piece of shit. And
my next character.
For $5 or more a month, you get access to the high school game. They finally started getting to level 1. They started at level 0, and they're finally at level 1. And yeah, the rest of the time, I might start Fire Emblem 3 Houses soon. I also might play more Star Wars Battlefront because it's getting an update tomorrow where you can play as BB-8. So, I think we all know that's worthy of my time, because I get to do more droid noises, which are, of course, a highlight. Yeah, I hope you've been enjoying it.
A self-declared highlight.
Yeah, check us out. We probably won't be playing next week, so flip that in your calendars. Flip that dark side point. But there'll be another light side point the week after. It all comes around. I also will probably write some backstories for some of these characters on Patreon at some point. The ones that you aren't being played by human beings. They're being played by me, a droid. Alright, that's it. I'm out of words. See you later.
Bye.